What's up, everybody? First of all, sorry if you got jump scared in the intro. I'm just testing out how the editing software works. So I'm sorry. So as you might have read in the title, I had my first hackathon yesterday, and I got destroyed by the other engineers. So for information, I am a second year engineering student in the electrical / electronics department. It's a bit different than the American system, but it's basically the same. So the hackathon was purely based in our campus, with only the engineering students participating, obviously, and it was on marks, so everyone had to take it very, very seriously. But before we even had the idea of what we were supposed to do, everyone was already looking at their buddies like, yeah, let's form a team, you know. But the professor then said that it would be fucking random teams. I was like, so it would be teams of 3, and you didn't even fucking know them, you know. And, especially for me, I'm not the most sociable guy, so I was basically a nobody there, and I knew nobody, and nobody knew me, so it was pretty fucked up. So then the professor started obviously calling out the names of teams that were formed, and I was formed with pretty chill guys, you know. And then obviously the task was mentioned, and the task was very simple. We had to build a line following robot in a pretty short amount of time, you know, and then obviously do a race, and the best wins. So it had to be cheap as possible. Obviously the components, we had to make like a fucking cash flow of how much did we spend on every component, you know, and obviously the time it completes the race, and based on those 2 results you would get your final marks, you know. So then the base components were given by the professor, and it was absolutely the most cheap Chinese product ever, you know. We already knew that we would not get as close as these Indians on YouTube. If you look at blind following robot, I mean, their cars literally do the whole fucking parkour in like 15 seconds or something, you know. So with the parts alone, we already knew that it would be not so good for us, so we just started raw dogging it. So first off, we had to make a frame, so we had to go through the paint of SolidWorks, and it looked a lot like this. But after 3 hours of work, we finally had a fucking prototype, and we showed it to the professor, and he said it was good, so we could then go to the lab and go cut it out of some wood. After we got the frame, we obviously had to put on the electronics, make sure the cabling was all correct, put all the parts together and the wheels, and it looked like this. So this is our first prototype. We didn't have any software yet. We had the wonderful world of Cloud AI to just give us a simple script to test out if everything was connected okay. So these were the components that we got from the university, from the professor himself, and the sensors, we all got 2 sensors, but if you wanted, you could ask for more. For obviously, the more sensors you use, the better your car drives, you know. But we wanted to stay hardcore, you know. We thought about obviously the money, because the sensors were the most expensive. So we thought, let's just use 2 sensors and just try it out. And all the other teams said fuck that shit, and they most of them went to 4 sensors, and even one team went to 6 sensors. We were 2. After a couple of hours, we finally had our first prototype. When it comes to the code, it was mostly AI code. I must be honest, it's AI code. It's 2026. They're better than me at coding. So the only thing that we had to change throughout the whole code was obviously the PID regulation, because we worked with a PID controller. It is almost always used when it comes to like following robots or like just robots in general. It's just a couple of variables that you have to change accordingly with your machine, you know. And this is a video of our first prototype. Yeah. So after this prototype, we only had about 2 hours left until the final race, and the only thing that we thought we could do to make it better was just, keep trying new variables of the PID controller, because this was the most significant of having a really good line following robot. So in the 2 remaining hours, we just tried other variables. We even filmed how long it took for it to go from one side to the other side, and then just change the variables. So after changing the variables for like an hour, we finally had an ending prototype. We hadn't there was no time to make physical changes to the car, so yeah, it looked like this. So going into the race, we knew that we would struggle with some things. The first thing was the white spacing that you see here, and obviously the black spacing here. So the thing is that with only 2 sensors that were placed right outside of the black lining, when it would turn on one of these pieces, then it would just drive off, and that was very annoying. So another problem we faced, and to be honest everyone struggled with this, and that was certain turns were too sharp for our car to be able to correct itself and obviously proceed to the next part. For example, the triangle shape was something that our car struggled with, and also the looping part. As you can also see in the video, the car would just turn too slow to where it would skip a lot of lines or just drive off the parkour. So how we tried to fix this was by writing 2 different codes, 2 different modules that had their own PID variables, and the speed was different. So when our car was approaching a difficult part, we would simply go to the other module, which was a slower speed, so that it would be easier to take a sharp turn, you know. So then the race itself, oh my god, we got absolutely obliterated. But we were the only team that used only 2 sensors, and we were second to last. Not last place, second to last. You got clickbaited. No, but there were just too many parts of the parkour that were just too hard for our 2 little sensors. So yeah, we still got a pretty good marks though. So that was my first hackathon experience. I think it was kind of fun, but it was on marks, so we had to try hard that shit. But overall we got I think I got like 13 out of 20, which is in Europe here it's good enough. It's not with A, B, C or D, it's just good enough. Yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate it.